When Hannah first shared her idea with me, she carried the same spark that made me fall in love with her, eyes burning with ambition, voice trembling with eagerness. "I want to start my own studio," she said one night over dinner. "I just need a little help to get off the ground. This is my dream, Mark. You've always believed in me." I didn't think twice. For years, I had watched her throw herself into every project with unstoppable drive. She was the one who pushed me to leave my dead-end job and open my own small business, something that changed both of our lives. Supporting her felt as natural as breathing. Without hesitation, I wired her the money, convincing myself this was what marriage was meant to be: trust, sacrifice, and building something side by side. At first, the changes were almost invisible. She started coming home later, always meeting clients or networking. Her phone clutched to her hand as though it were part of her body. The warm midday text she used to send slowly disappeared, replaced by quick, hollow updates or excuses about being too busy. I brushed it aside, telling myself that new ventures demanded energy, that she just needed space, that my role was to keep believing in her. But then a friend casually mentioned seeing her at an upscale hotel with another man, and that's when the first fracture split through my chest. He described him clearly: tall, polished, dressed in tailored suits and leather shoes, someone who clearly didn't fit within our circle. My friend looked uneasy even saying it, as though he just handed me a loaded gun. That night, Hannah came home later than usual. She wore a dress I'd never seen before and carried the scent of perfume I hadn't bought her. "Rough day?" I asked, forcing my voice not to crack. She smiled too brightly. "Just meetings. You know how it is." But I didn't know, and for the first time, I didn't want to. Over the next few weeks, the uneasiness in my stomach grew heavier. Every buzz of her phone sent my pulse racing. Every casual word from her sounded rehearsed, practiced too many times. I tried to rationalize. Maybe it was stress. Maybe the business was harder than I realized. But deep inside, I couldn't ignore the truth whispering at me. So I decided to dig, not out of spite, not for revenge, but to protect myself and our future. What I uncovered broke me. The money I'd given her, the savings I'd put aside for our dreams, wasn't going toward her studio at all. It was funding him, the man she'd been secretly seeing. My trust, my support, my love, she had redirected all of it into her affair. The betrayal cut deeper than money ever could. It wasn't about finances. It was about how she had twisted my faith in her into fuel for her selfish desires. Every dinner we'd shared, every late-night talk about hopes and plans, every whispered promise, it had all been an illusion. That night, I confronted her. She didn't deny it. She just gave a small laugh, brushing it off like it was nothing. "Mark, it's not like it means anything. I still love you," she said. But her eyes gave her away, cold, unapologetic, stripped of warmth. The intimacy we built was gone, replaced by deceit. In that moment, I knew nothing I said could fix it. No apology, no effort. No words could undo a choice she had made over and over again while keeping me blind. The next morning, I packed only what I needed. I left everything else, the house, the plans, the life we'd built, behind. It wasn't about anger anymore. It was about reclaiming my dignity, taking back control of something that had been stolen. For the first time in weeks, I felt clarity. Betrayal as a way of stripping away illusions, leaving nothing but the truth. And the truth was clear. I could no longer be part of her story. Walking out that morning, I felt a mix of grief and relief. The future I imagined with Hannah was gone, but so was the crushing weight of her deception. I finally understood love cannot survive when loyalty is one-sided. Betrayal doesn't just break trust. It breaks the person who gave it freely. In the days that followed, I focused on piecing myself back together. I reconnected with friends, turned my energy toward rebuilding a life on my own terms. Every call from her, every message, ignored. I didn't want explanations, apologies, or excuses. What I needed was distance. And slowly I gained it. I saw the truth betrayal forces you to face. People show their real selves when no one is looking. Hannah had revealed hers, again and again. Her choices were deliberate, unapologetic. She had chosen her affair over our marriage, her selfish wants over the life we had built together. That realization gave me strength, not out of revenge, but from knowing I had stepped away from a toxic story. I had held on to my dignity, my integrity, and the possibility of a future where trust wouldn't be turned into a weapon against me. Months later, the wounds dulled into lessons. I learned that love without honesty and respect isn't love. It's only an illusion, and I learned to recognize it before it consumes everything. Hannah moved on, flaunting her choices, as if the world should admire her cunning. But I had already let go. I rebuilt my life, surrounded myself with people who mattered, pursued goals without compromise, and protected the self-respect she tried to strip away. In the end, it wasn't about punishing her or seeking closure. It was about taking back my life. Betrayal had taken her from me, but it hadn't taken me from myself. And that, I realized, was worth far more than any dream she could have ever promised or destroyed.